Boom. Hey, Picks and Parlay family. It's me, Detroit Lenny, here with another episode of the Bet Win Repeat show. It is Thursday. It is August 3rd. I can't believe it's August. Let me just let that sit in there for a minute. I really feel like, 2023 is just blown right past us. So, but yeah, that's that. We're going to talk a little MLB today. We're going to talk a little NFL. NFL season is now. It is no longer around the corner. It is no longer down the street. It's kicked in the door and it's in our face. And Sean Higgs is he's shuffling behind the stage. He wants to talk football so bad. Sean, you just calm your ass down. I'm Detroit Lenny with Picks and Parlays. Jesse Shule doesn't have a shirt on, folks. No, guns out, sun's out. Sean Higgs is shuffling behind the stage. Listen, if you're not tuned in, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to call a friend. Phone a friend. This is your opportunity. Tell your mama, tell your nail lady, tell your mail lady, tell your daddy, tell them all. We're here, and we're going to talk football, and we're going to talk a lot of it. I'm going to bring these two knuckleheads in right now before anything else obscene goes on behind stage. Jesse Shule, everybody. Sean Higgs, everybody. Bet Win Repeat. That's it. We're out. No, I'm just kidding. How you guys?
Look at the guns on that guy.
Look at the guns on that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got the smallest arms here.
I got to turn this away and do it.
I can't even. I can only make a muscle with like this arm.
With only that arm?
Yeah, this one's not.
When you that's your strong one?
I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know.
Way to start off the show, Lenny.
The show's already went off the rails. It's 2 minutes in. So thanks for showing up, everybody. Appreciate Sean Higgs covering it up more than he should. Listen, it's a Bet Win Repeat show. We're going to talk baseball. There's a lot of baseball going on. Let's talk that first before we go down this rabbit hole of overhyping a game that nobody's.
The rabbit hole. If you're wearing glasses, so you could see the aliens and They Live.
What happened?
You got the glasses on. You take your glasses off. Everything's normal. You put your glasses on. Formaldehyde face.
Okay, first off, I'm not Roddy Piper in that movie. What was that movie?
They Live.
They Live. Is that? Oh, that's the name of the movie.
I did not see that one. That was the 180s movie. I just do not know about.
First of all, if you're not watching WWE wrestlers in the 80s in movies, you've missed out in a lot of classic movies in general. But whatever. So, gentlemen, what do we like in baseball today?
We got baseball today?
There is baseball today. The Phillies are up 2-1 in the fourth, or top of the end of the fourth. Let me refresh. Still the end of the fourth.
I like Kansas City, no bottom 9 today, plus 115 versus Cookie Carrasco and the Mets.
I was waiting on that line. If I could have got KC as a dog, I was going to take it. But everybody's riding KC now. They're the new hot thing. So.
They've won 5 in a row. I know that's a hot thing as opposed to just fading the Mets. They were a dog last night. They were a dog on the openers, Jess.
Kansas City's just that bad.
Some of these lines are crazy from last night to this morning. Like Texas was even money.
I did take Texas on the
Texas
run
was
line.
even money. Now they're $3 fades because Crawford was supposed to pitch, and I actually got him on Sports Guy. I think Ross Sites too had him at even money, and I'm like, I'm taking Texas just because it's Tuki Toussaint. And then they switch out and put Max Scherzer, and the line goes to $3.
Yeah, I'm on.
I see it's up to like 160 on the run line if you want Texas right now.
No, forget that.
I got I got Texas run line minus 115 last night. I'm on the Mets at even money. I'm on Baltimore plus 140. Houston minus 108.
I got Toronto. I got Toronto even yesterday. I like the under in that Toronto game though.
I like the Giants. Got a free pick at Picks and Parlays posted right now. Giants bullpen day. I'm pretty satisfied with their bullpen considering the guy they got going for Arizona today.
14-4 San Francisco in bullpen games this year.
Ridiculously good. I could get behind the Giants too today. Last night it just didn't list a pitcher for me, so I wasn't really.
That's why you jump in on the action.
Well, I didn't. Yeah.
You jump in action, and the Giants were plus 140 yesterday.
Listen, baseball has been bad for me in July, so I'm trying to climb out of a hole in August.
I understand.
Like a double-digit unit loss for me in baseball in July, and it was just, I went on vacation. I lazy handicapped. It's not anything other than that. In July, I lazy handicapped, and my bankroll shows it.
I didn't lazy handicap. I still took a loss, Lenny, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I feel like I put in some effort, and it wasn't helping
I didn't
me.
put in any, and I sucked. So.
I said this yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. Tony K was in the chat. Somebody was like, I had Tony's premiums last month. It was bad. I'm like, I had a losing month. I think Jesse Shule had a bad month. I said it was a bad month. I mean, it's sometimes, like we lose. And if you got 3 guys who are pretty decent guys losing, it's a tough month. And we're 3 guys who go all different ways at it. I mean, right? I mean, me, Jesse don't really like. I'm always like kind of plus. Jesse doesn't mind laying a little bit of money,
especially baseball.
It's a hodgepodge. I mean, like you get a bunch of pros not making money. It happens.
Yeah, it is what
it's not easy, folks.
I mean, but I'll say this: we're August 3rd, and I am profitable in the month of August, and I'm climbing out of that hole slowly but surely. So
I'm like 7-3 my last 10 or something.
Number 1 the last 7 days at Picks and Parlays, baby. Oh yeah!
Guys, look, I got some.
Stop it! Stop showing off.
Okay, first of all, that's enough muscles, Mister. Okay,
I got the fussles. I got the fussle. I can't even see my fussle. I mean, you can't even. It's just a giant. It's just a giant 19-inch arm.
Fat muscle. I just got
fussle.
That. Son of a bitch. I saw the best quote ever in Higgs. Both of you guys will appreciate this. It was from John Daly, and the golfer. And he's in full swing, like he's got a shot of him swinging. And, he's a big dude, right? Drinker, smoker, whatever. And I'm like, he's the guy that, like, when you go golfing, like, that's the everyday golfer. He's just really good at it. He had a quote, and he says, "You want to know why I never lost weight on the tour? Because fat don't tear."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Johnny Oates said that for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, fat.
They
don't
said,
tear.
"Why do you have a bunch of junk food and sandwiches and pizzas in here after the game for your team meal?" He's like, "I got plenty of guys sit out with pulled muscles. I got nobody sits out with pulled fat."
Nobody sits out with pulled fat.
Pulled muscles.
So there you go, folks. I'm the more athletic one, if you think about it, between the 3 of you. I'm just saying.
You should, Lenny. It should be like you. It should be you, me, and Jesse. It could be like the Cro-Mags. It could just be like evolution.
We're horrible people, folks.
So is that insinuating I'm the Neanderthal of the group or what?
No, you're like the healthy guy of the group.
Yeah, you're the healthy. It goes like this. It goes
the modern man. Okay,
this way. I am definitely the unhealthy middle-aged white man in this group. I am every stereotype you could think of. I am not. I don't exercise. I don't eat well.
See, I'm a healthy fat guy.
I gamble on sports. I don't know. I'm
a fat guy with like a low blood pressure. Good cholesterol for a fat guy. I can eat mayonnaise out of the jar. It doesn't affect me.
Oh, I am a healthy fat kid. Like, I go to the doctors. I got to check up because I just turned 50 Monday, actually, August 7th. I go, and, they'll do all the blood work, do all that. They're going to schedule the, the test I'm supposed to get 50, which I'm not looking forward to. The anal probe, all that or whatever.
I haven't gotten that yet. I didn't get it.
I got to get it.
I'm going to be 49 tomorrow. I'm not getting it. I'll never get it. I'll just
You're going to be 49 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Happy early birthday, Higgs. We'll sing happy
49.
birthday to the 15 mark. That's
49.
Okay. Let's enjoy the last year.
47 was pretty scary for me. I thought, oh man.
The crazy thing is, I still think it's like 95. I still feel like I'm 20.
Oh. Yeah.
Because I look the same. I got a shaved head. I'm a little softer,
all the time.
mushy body wise, but I'm still like 270, 280, like still kind of framed out.
You know how people bury things in the ground as time capsules and stuff, or hide them in the walls in their house, and you pull them out 30 years later, 40, 50 years later, and you've got this time capsule? Well, I moved to Thailand in my early 20s, and sometimes I feel like I'm a time capsule, like I haven't evolved, I haven't matured the way I was supposed to. I'm still like a 20-year-old kid kicking it in Thailand.
I feel the same way.
I mean, I moved to Vegas 13 years ago, and I'm still betting on sports and playing poker. I used COVID as an excuse to really not work, and never leave the house. I'm like, well, why do I gotta go outside and do stuff? The casino has AC. My house has AC. My car has AC. I don't want to go outside. Outside is hot. I don't want to do that.
How hot's it there now, Lenny?
It's what it is. We got humidity today. A lot. It is currently. See, it's nice out. It's like 90. It's 88 right now. It's gonna be a high of 102 today. Next week, when you're here, it'd be like 104, 106. But the humidity is through the. Plus, there's a fire in California, I think, and it's kind of went over this way. So we got our air quality is horrible. It's at the red on the thing. It's bad. It's terrible. It's real hazy. It's not fog. It's just hazy.
I hear the weather at the Sportsbook at Circa is still pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Inside the Sportsbook.
I was showing my wife. I'm like, August 24th to the 26th. I'll be at Circa all weekend because I'm doing the Circa contest this year, and there's like a 3-day weekend where you can like do the stadium swim. There's a mixer, like just a mixer from like 6 to 9 or whatever thing, and then whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna do whatever, probably get drunk and talk shit with sports.
Back in the old days of
be around my people.
The Hilton at the Westgate, they'd have like super contest weekend. It'd be like a whole thing. It'd be like a whole board of people. You'd go.
That's what they have.
I always went out earlier because I'm not a weekend warrior in Vegas. Like I'm not out drinking and partying, so I don't want to be there on a weekend with a bunch of crazy amateurs. I'll go Sunday to like Thursday, get out. I don't, but I've gone out for a couple of like the little mixer things. They're fun because you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's why that's how I'm gonna do the Bet Bash this week. I'm like, I get to meet some new folks.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool. To the Hangover series, the Hangover movies. I've been doing that stuff a few times over there in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my, I've done my. Listen, if I could party like I did in the 90s, in my 20s, sure, but I don't recoup like I did in the 90s. Okay, if I'm gonna go out and party on a Friday it's Friday or Saturday. First of all, it's not both. Okay, we're not doing that. And then if I could party on a Saturday and get hammered with whatever, I'm probably gonna be hungover on Thursday the next week. Like I'm hungover for a week, but there's no grip it and rip it and get back up there. There's none of that stuff. So, but yeah, that's that.
Amateur, Lenny.
I know. I'm getting old. I'm in my 50s now. My wife says I gotta start taking it easy. I'm like, my whole life I've taken it easy. I sit on a couch and talk sports. I bet sport. I'm like, I'm not. My blood pressure's good. My cholesterol's good. I'm a healthy fat kid.
I guess you guys, you saw the pictures I posted on Twitter the other day about my fishing in the fishing boats in Alaska. Deadliest catch.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So I haven't always been a lazy ass that just sits around and talks about sports. I've done a few things.
I always have. I'm just to be clear about this. I always have. There's no end ifs or buts about it.
Good for you not getting seasick on a boat. I remember I went out. I was with my friend on his boat. We went out in the ocean. I'm like, I'm so tired. He's like, you're seasick. I'm like, I'm not seasick. I'm just tired. He's like, that's seasickness. I'm like, I thought I'd be puking. He's like, nah, man, it was rough. And it was like October Atlantic Ocean weather. It wasn't even like craziness.
I have no desire to be in a boat that I can't see land at. I'll never go on a cruise ship because
I don't think anybody has a desire to be on a boat that you can't
like a
see
cruise,
land. I mean, it's
on cruise ships and they're in the middle of God's and some ocean somewhere.
Listen,
there's
man,
no land anywhere. I have no
cruise ships are like being on an island. You're not on it. You're not. It's not really a boat. It's like an island. It doesn't move.
I've done 2 cruises. They're like the cruise ships the size of like the Empire State Building. They're enormous. And
it's like a city, city on the water.
The lifeboats are like
guy that falls off the boat at the end.
The lifeboats are 20-foot like domed speedboats. Like they have a floor of speedboats for the lifeboats, and they're covered lifeboats.
My wife's trying to talk me into a cruise too, and she's like, "They got a casino," and and I'm like, "You really want me to go somewhere where I could just sit in the casino? Like I can go down the street and do that. I'm like, what? Why do I got to get on a boat and do it?
People don't respect the ocean, though. Again, we've had.
I have so much respect for the ocean. I don't know why we keep going to outer space when we've never been to the bottom of the ocean.
And
like,
every year at the beach, I'll see like the helicopters fly over, like somebody's in seaside drowning. Like these folks come down from city, think, hey, I'm going to jump into this thing. You can't do that, man.
Yeah, no.
Like I was raised at the beach. I was born. My birthday's in August. I was a week later. I was at the beach under a chair. We have umbrellas in the 70s. I was under a chair. My mom's sitting in a chair, smoking. I'm under her butt, under the chair. Sleeping in the sun. Like you can't just jump into the freaking ocean. I had to teach my kids. I brought my kids in young. As soon as they were able to stand up, they're in the ocean getting knocked over. I didn't care. You got to learn.
You gotta know that feeling.
Yeah, you're gonna get knocked over. I told my daughter, I said, I'm gonna let you go. You're going to get knocked over. I said, don't panic. You could stand here. You have to
just stand up.
It's like betting. You have to adjust your mind to take something ugly. Like you're going to be flailing. You could stand. Just stand up. Wait till the wave takes you. How many times? I don't know. That's my ocean story. I could talk about the ocean all day because I love it.
I love the ocean. I love to be at the ocean.
People panic.
I want to be in the ocean.
You float. You're going to get knocked over.
Well, I'm a lake guy. I grew up in Michigan. I'm a lake guy.
Totally
we have
different.
a bajillion lakes. I've been on a bajillion boats in the lake, but I don't have no desire to be. But bucket list.
You got riptides. You get waves knock you over. You get flung upside down. The water will take you. You get knocked over, just let it take you, and then you'll get your footing, stand up, you're fine. It's not like you're out in the depths of the ocean. You're on the coast, but people don't know.
No, yeah, exactly.
Jess, when you were up there, let me ask you, ever what kind of crazy stuff you see out in the ocean?
There's got to be some stories.
I got fished out of the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a helicopter. Had to come and rescue us and fly us to a hospital in Port Hardy. Me and my dad. Boat exploded. Had to jump overboard. Some nasty stuff. Yeah, you don't do it for as long as I did without seeing some stuff. The funny part about this story is though, so the boat explodes. I jump overboard. And I'm in the water, and another boat comes up, and it's big boats, and they throw this big rope down. I don't know if you remember climbing ropes in gym class, and how hard it is to actually climb up. We're talking like
I would have just died.
A 50-foot length of rope. They tossed it, and I went up, zing, like a cat, like just wham, because you're fighting for your life, right? That fight or flight.
Yeah. Fight or flight, yeah.
Yeah, you ask me now to go up 50 feet of rope. There's probably no way, right? Let alone in like 5 seconds.
You see like crazy rogue waves out there?
I wouldn't say rogue waves, but you see massive waves, massive storms. You get stuck in storms all the time. You do see boats. I know a friend of ours got split in half by a freighter, like a foreign freighter, didn't speak English, wasn't on the radio. Guys were out in the back of their boat working. All of a sudden, there's a freighter coming straight for them. One guy runs into the front of the boat to get on the radio to call the Coast Guard. The other guy is staying in the back of the boat trying to cut the net free from the boat so they can escape from the freighter, and it splits it right down the middle. Both guys clinging to the chunk of boat on either side of the freighter as it goes by. That's something that's crazy. They both lived. That's kind of a miracle, I guess.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, I would say so.
I'm like 15 years old, and we're out on these boats, and that's what's happening to our friends. And I'm like, man, this is something else.
Man, I better get into sports. That's what I've been thinking.
Yeah. I gotta find a new way to make money. This is tough going.
Yeah, this is life right here, boy. Let me tell you, that's crazy. That's crazy. Talk to some chat here. Michael says, my guys, let's get it, fellas. He's got a question. Your boy Lenny has the glasses on. They live reference. He got it.
I talked about it in the show today, man.
Did you? Lenny, Astros, Yankees, over 8.5. Higgy approved. What do you think? Javi's been terrible lately. This Yankees game, I'm not opposed to the over. I'm not. Was it yesterday? I was on the Nerfy or something.
Houston hits them, so it's got to be an over. Javi's been
so 70
ERA last 7.
I didn't really like it. No,
I'd probably
it wasn't enough
rather
to
have the
bet. I
Stros.
lean that way, but I didn't bet it. I'll be 100% honest with you. I did not bet it. Yeah, my favorite thing today is I got the Rangers. What was it? No bet in the ninth, like Higgs mentioned. Or not. I got the Angels no bet in the ninth too. I got that. That's my other no bet in the ninth against the Mariners with Ohtani on the mound, and I'm on the Jets. Those are my 3 favorite bets, and I parlayed all of them like a degenerate.
That's a clean sweep. The entire panel is on the Jets.
Yeah.
Jets, 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 Jets.
Yes.
Lenny is still cutting smoked out by Canada. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's the Canada fires. I think. I don't know if it's the Canada fires or the California fire. I don't know if I can get Canada fires here. It's got to be California. I don't know, but there's some fire, and it's
Do you know what your PM
day.
score is in Vegas right now? The parts per million air quality index.
The air quality index is bad.
I think it starts to go like red at about 200, but 500 is like people in the hospital kind of thing. I think 500 is like the meter is maxed out; it can't read any higher. And we had 2 months in the city I live in Thailand where it was maxed out, like the meter couldn't go any higher. I got so sick I was coughing up blood.
We got like 80% humidity too here. That's unheard of. It's humid and hot, and that's not. I'm not a fan of that. I moved away from the humidity. I'll take the heat. I can take the heat. What happened? You know that dry heat they talk about? I ain't got that right now.
The dry heat.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm trying the UV index. Oh, visibility.
Parts per million, ppm or PM.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Air quality index. I'll find it.
Air quality index in Vegas. Let me look that up. I'll look it up. I'll find out. Breaking news.
Breaking
index. Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's break down this NFL game. Jets, Browns. We've been talking way too much about it. But I mean, everybody's excited to.
I'm taking a beating on YouTube. I put out a video with free play on the Jets, and I said that we don't know if DTR is NFL caliber, and I said I'm pretty sure that Kellen Mond is not NFL caliber, and I said I wasn't impressed with him at Texas A&M, and the viewers weren't happy. They're like, "What are you talking about? Kellen Mond was awesome at Texas A&M, and they're gonna win the Browns and Kellen Mond." And I think I stand by what I'm saying. He
was let go in Minnesota. They let him go.
Yeah, I mean he's a backup. Listen, there's not a whole lot of.
Didn't he have like a disappointing senior year as well? Like you sort of
a little let down.
They were really optimistic about him.
Was that the COVID year though for him in college?
It would have been 2020, I guess.
So I mean, that year I kind of give people a pass, good or bad, indifferent. I mean, it was such a weird season.
Yeah,
but the fact that the Vikings go like they took him, I think the Vikings took him in the second or third round. They drafted him, and then they let him go. Like, why wouldn't he? Like, that's a guy. Normally, you keep that guy as a backup to your starter anyway. Like, Cousins wasn't going anywhere. Why'd they let him go? I agree with you, Jess. I mean, him and DTR. And again, guys put up huge numbers in college. That doesn't mean they're stars in the NFL. How many?
Doesn't mean it translates. Yeah.
Well, and Mon didn't put up huge numbers at Texas A&M. I mean, they won a few games with him. He solid, like, what, 2,400 yards and 20 touchdowns in a season. You know, solid. I mean, good, I guess you could say, for college, but not good as far as, like, this guy's going to be a star in the NFL good. Not like, not what we're seeing out of these Sam Darnold and these kind of guys in college.
He was drafted in the third round. Yeah. I mean, 24-9, 29, and 19-3. So he's, nothing crazy. 2,000 to 3,000 yards, 2,800 yards. And then his senior year, 10 games. It was COVID, 19 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not bad. I mean,
and the guy,
but not like you see crazy numbers like
keep instead of him.
Numbers.
I mean, they ditched him and kept Sean Mannion. So I mean, and Sean Mannion's not exactly nobody's expecting him to be a
Who's
starter.
Mannion? Was that Oregon? Was he on
was
Oregon
yeah,
State,
Oregon State, the Beavers, yeah.
Games like this mean one thing for me right here. Kickers. There is no backup kicker. The backup kicker is like your wide receiver or some shit. The Jets got the back, the Jets got the better kicker. Advantage
for me.
Jets.
Listen, it's all.
Aren't they going to miss every
1 and
kick
2 in
anyways?
preseason?
No.
I don't know. For me, 1 and 2 preseason games, I'm looking at quarterback depth charts. Like, do I have a guy who's thrown any passes in any kind of situation where he knows what he's doing? I got Zach Wilson and Jesse's guy, Chris Streveland, who lights up. He gets all the action for the Jets in preseason.
Last year, 277 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick on 24 of 33 passing.
And I think Zach Wilson won 4 or 5 games with the Jets against NFL teams. He should be able to put some points up on the board here or get them in position to score something.
I don't think we see Zach.
He's playing today, they said, I thought.
Is he? I thought Tim Boyle and Chris, whatever. They were rocking those two. Are we sure?
I mean, either way, Tim Boyle's a guy who's got some.
See Zach for a little bit. I was hoping we see Zach.
I don't see how you don't.
You're asking me who I'm going to take, Tim Boyle or Kellen Mond. I'll be taking Tim Boyle. I mean,
all day.
He started NFL games. He's played actual NFL football against actual NFL defenses, and Kellen Mond hasn't really done that.
I'm on the under 34. By the way, I got it at 34. I'm not a fan of it though. And I know the record and how the Hall of Fame games is notoriously unders. I bet the under, but I'm not in love with it. I feel like I bet the under because of past stuff, and I hate doing that.
You got a good number. It opened at 31 and went to 34.
That's the sole thing I
had
like
the good
about
number on it. If it goes over, I mean,
right.
I don't see. We see these games. We went through the scores the one day, Lenny. I mean, you get your 16-6, you get a 2017 every once in a while. I mean, I don't know. I look at the Browns quarterback situation and think, I don't think they're scoring 10 points.
But I think the Jets score 20. That's where
Possibly.
I'm at. Yeah, I think the Jets get to 20 plus points. That's where I'm at. So I don't know. Maybe we look at a team total for the Jets. That could be an angle for me. But at that point, I'm for sure just being a degenerate. I really feel like I got to remind myself this is the Hall of Fame game. It's game 1. There's so much more football. Let's not, tread lightly. I got to play in the Jets. I got to play in the under. That's enough for me. I'm more telling myself this. I'm looking myself in the eye on camera here and telling myself this. So you guys just stand put. I'm just going to talk myself into not betting anymore right now. I mean, let's head back to baseball for a minute. Because I feel like we've been talking about this game for like a week, and what's scary is I've heard nobody on Cleveland.
Just the guys in my chat on YouTube.
Are they? That's those guys, man.
You're going to get a lot of Jet love because aren't they on Hard Knocks this year?
Yeah, and they didn't want to be; they were forced. They're very public about not wanting to be, and the NFL said, you got to be.
Here's the thing, and Jessica alluded to this. We were talking about you're on the side of the public. Dude, sports betting is legal across basically the entire U.S., right? Half the states have it. It's on every channel, MLB Network, NFL. Everybody's got an analyst on there. They talk about it. You're always going to be on the public side, right? It'll happen. So that kind of stuff to me is – I can't really worry about that now. Jess, what are your thoughts on that? Like, everybody's gonna be on Jets because it's a public team because it's like you've heard about them for a week on TV.
Aaron Rodgers talk, all that too.
It's
kind of like the Super Bowl I attributed to. There's
only. I put up my play when it was Jets +2, so now it's Jets -2. So I'm on the right side of that. In a game that's you're probably going to take it straight up, pick them either way, kind of thing.
Yep.
it's probably just going to come down to who wins it. You're going to take them on the money line. For me, anyways, is how I would play it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Jets undefeated in the preseason under the current head coach. Why would you want to? What reason would you have to go against them here?
Right.
Like Sean said, superior quarterback depth.
It's like the Ravens, right? That the team Harbaugh comes in, he wants to win all the games, or maybe he doesn't want to win. Maybe his players come and they go out and fight and win games. Is that a public play when you're taking the Ravens have covered 30 or 40, whatever kind of ATS run around?
I mean, if they're like -8.5 in their first preseason game, then it's a public play. But when they're +2, you know what I mean?
Right. I wish I got the different kettle of fish money instead of what I got them at now. I got them at -120, I think. So it's not horrible, -25, something like that. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not going to mess with the points, but I sure wish I jumped on the Jets like at the beginning when they were +2 points. Money line, probably a little bit of plus money action. I wish that, but as I mean,
it's not going to matter if they win 23-10.
Pushing the other, see which one fills up faster. Shoulda, woulda, coulda type situation. I'm still on the Jets. I'm going to ride that out. I'm excited. We got football, some sort of football. This game is going to be boring, dull, long, whatever, and I'm going to watch every minute of it. Just like most Browns games. Do we expect much out of the Cleveland Browns this year or the Jets? I mean, I know we've done breakdowns on NFL and teams and all that, but just quickly, I mean, I don't even know where their win totals are at, but I don't.
I like the Browns. I mean, I think the Browns, they got a stud at running back. They got a great offensive line. They've got a quarterback who a couple years ago was one of the best in the league. We don't know what he's going to be this year, but there's certainly high-end potential there. Yep. They've added pieces at receiver. They're deep. They've got some. They can rush the quarterback. So I mean, you're starting to fill up a lot of. You're ticking a lot of boxes for me, right? And then you got the division they're in. Everybody's high on everybody else, so that it's not like the public's over high on the Browns. I mean, they're kind of a sneaky for a team that has got everything that they've got. They're not getting a ton of attention. So So I think that's that. And then you look at the Jets and they picked up Rodgers, start planning the parade. Rodgers is an old man. He's been known to have friction with his teammates. I'm not sure that that's the answer in New York. I'm not sure that he's gonna, that we're not going to see Zach Wilson at some point. So I'm pretty low on the Jet. The Jets is a big public team. I'm low on them. Yep. High on Browns.
I agree. Right. So it's Rodgers. I don't know. I saw
the guy high on either one of them.
I see him throw balls into the ground, Aaron Rodgers, and like you said, Jess, he gets on his teammates. They don't make plays, and they bring in a bunch of old guys instead of using the young. Yeah, not high on the Jets. Cleveland, I'm high on though.
Really?
Everybody's going to be on Joe Burrow, and he's out. I mean, if you haven't bet Cleveland +3 already, you missed that opportunity. Like, everybody's going to bet on Cincinnati and that team. Lamar plays, the team wins, right? Tomlin in Pittsburgh, every year, a winning record. They always win, right? And then there's Cleveland. That's the Browns. You got a coach on the hot seat. Watson, all right, last year he was kind of getting back in shape. He was out before that. Before that, he was like an MVP kind of guy. You got good receivers, running back, defensive playmakers. What's there not to like? A coach on a hot seat with dangerous.
I just don't know. I don't know. I've never been a Deshaun Watson fan, so I'm not really. I don't think he's that high up on the talent level as some of these other quarterbacks here. I'm high on. Everybody talks about Joe Burrow. I'm not there either. Or Lamar. I'm on the Steelers. I think they sneakingly can win that division.
Yeah.
If Cincinnati, I think, is going to regress a little. So they're going to step back. They went 12-4 last year. They go back. Lamar, let's see if he can make it 17 games. You know what I mean? There's a fly here. But I like George Pickens and Kenny Pickett, I think, and Najee Harris. That's a dangerous offense. I think the Steelers.
Back to Cleveland real fast. You can get them Next week they're playing on Thursday. They are a
100%.
dog at home to Washington. I kind of like taking that. Whoever plays Hall of Fame game, I'm on that loser next game, no matter what, because you got a game under your belt, and you're going to get a little more reps from better players. And the other team, first of all, they're playing Washington. All right, so that's just a giant mess in itself. Take the Browns right now for next week. And
I don't hate that at all.
The Jets are actually favored in their next game. They're on the road against Carolina.
What's the Washington backup quarterback situation like? I mean,
I'm assuming Hal's going to come out and get all the reps because he's going to, Jacoby Brissett, who's pretty good. I mean, but he might be a guy who doesn't play. Like, why are you playing Brissett when I got to get Hal, my rookie, and Jake Fromm?
Jake Fromm. Remember, he was on that show I watched. I forget. He was a high school quarterback going into college. I forget. It was on whatever. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, Jake Fromm.
I don't think Brissett plays.
I think you see some Brissett and Jake Fromm. You don't see no Sam Howell.
How much Bryce Young are you getting next week for Carolina?
None.
So who's playing? Matt Corral coming off an injury, and who? Dalton won't play. Jake Luton. You're going to get Jake Luton.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Through 6 interceptions for Jacksonville in 2021. You want to lay the 2.5 with the Jets?
Yeah, well, I lay the points with the Jets.
Yep.
Because you're going to get more Zach Wilson next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you'll get some, next week you might get some Matt Corral and Jake Luton, whatever. But I don't even know if you see Andy Dalton until week 2.
That guy's not playing. I mean, you're not playing a veteran like that.
No, there's no point. And Bryce
I like your Lions. Are we going to get Nate Sudfeld for the Lions next week?
Yes. That's been announced. A lot of him, too.
I like Nate Sudfeld.
Yes, I do, too. I like him. And you'll get some Adrian Martinez, which he's been around that club for a minute.
Because I don't think the Giants are going to play Daniel Jones. And do you think they play Tyrod Taylor, or is it going to be just Tommy DeVito the whole time?
Tyrod's got to get some reps, but not much. Maybe a quarter.
Like, on the Giants, I'm playing Tommy DeVito the entire time. Like, why wouldn't I just throw this kid in there?
Adrian Martinez, I'm not. Hendon Hooker's not playing. Obviously, he's hurt. He's out for a while.
Yeah.
This year, he's not playing this year at all. But Adrian Martinez, Nate Sudfeld, though, he's familiar with Ben Johnson's offense in the line in Detroit, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for football in general. Yeah, I don't trust Watson at all. He's got a lot of off-field drama, and he didn't look good in any games last year he played. And last year
he was also getting back in shape. He's on a new team. He was out for a while. I mean, let's take that with a grain of salt.
Off-field drama, though, have you seen what he's doing with himself these days as far as where he's at? Because what I've seen is he's got this super good-looking Instagram model girlfriend that he's proposed to. Like, it seems like he's settled down. He's got one girl. There's pictures of it all over the internet. So there's not going to be that lingering issue that he's doing this and
that'll always be something brought up. Someone's always going to bring that up to him. I know.
No, I know, but if he was single if he's got a girl that he's with and they're serious, that sort of eliminates some potential distractions, I think. And it makes it more difficult for him to be in another situation like that where somebody's saying that he acted inappropriately. I mean, that may still happen, but it's less likely to happen if he's in a serious relationship. Let's hope.
Let's hope, right. Who are some NFC, AFC teams that grab a playoff spot this year that didn't make it last year?
Broncos.
What? You think Sean Payton? He's not on the field. Like
Saints, I want to say Saints or maybe
I want to say the Saints.
I'm high on the Falcons because definitely a hot seat. You drafted the running back. You took Pitts last year. You got a young quarterback there, and look at that division. I mean, it's A new
It's
regime.
horrible. It's Desmond Ridder.
New regime in New Orleans. Carolina's got a rookie quarterback. And Tampa Bay.
Baker Mayfield.
And I like Baker.
Nobody wants to give Baker any credit.
Nobody wants to give him any credit. And he's still got Mike Evans, Gage, Godwin. I mean, he's still got wide receivers there.
He had wide receivers included.
Baker's not a great quarterback to bet on as a 7-point favorite, but as a 7-point dog, when everybody thinks your team stinks and the quarterback's Baker Mayfield,
that's his.
Watch out!
That's it. That's Baker Mania, bababy.
Yeah,
underdog
exactly.
Baker.
He needs to be the underdog. He 100% needs to be the underdog. Great point, Jesse Shule. Because as soon as you start believing in Baker, he starts reading the press clippings. And as soon as you don't believe in him, he reads those press clippings as well. And then he's one for motivation and one for
I think Baker's one of those guys that, he faced a lot of adversity in his first few years in the NFL. I still think he's got some potential to, really turn things around because he was great at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Real fast, Jesse. Ravens next week, 3-point faves over the Eagles at home. Ravens at home -3 over Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I got to go with the coach that what are they, 18-0, 19-0, 20-0?
Ridiculous.
You can bet against them? I'm not betting against that.
I'm not. I'm probably going to take the money line and move on.
And obviously the Eagles aren't going to – the Eagles don't really have anything to prove. They're not going to play their starters.
No. He's not looking to get anybody hurt. They're looking to go back to the Super Bowl. Like that.
Yeah, they're not going to touch anybody.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I don't think of Sirianni as a guy that gives a crap about the preseason.
So you're going to see Marcus Mariota backing up Jalen Hurts, Ian Book, and Tanner McKee. Who the hell is Tanner McKee?
Well, like Sean said, you don't really want to play the veterans too much, so I don't see why they would want to. What do they need to know about Marcus Mariota that they
last
don't already
preseason?
Know?
Here we go. Week 1, 24-21 loser to the Jets. Beat Cleveland 21-20. Week 3, Miami 48-10 loser.
So Tanner McKee is 23-year-old, picked round 6 in this year's draft. So they probably get some look out of him. And the other quarterback, Ian Book, is from Notre Dame. He's 25, round 4 pick, 2021 draft. So
in game 1 last year, Hurts was 6 of 6, 80 yards on TV and a TD. Minshew 8 of 12, 80 yards. I guess that's Ryan Sinnott, 9 of 17, 80 yards and a TD in their game 1. None of those guys are playing. 2 of them aren't even on the squad anymore.
Yeah, they're going to miss Minshew as far as a guy that can get it done in preseason.
Week 2, all Gardner Minshew, 14 of 17, 142. Sinnott 4-9. Again, both not playing there. So who's getting the reps? Like we just mentioned with the crew, he just run. Ian Book. And game 3, it was all Sinnott, 12 of 22. Minshew went 6 of 9. So, and they lose 48-10. Take them Book, Ravens next week.
Yeah. Ian Book went 12 for 20 in a game on a Monday night against Miami for 133 yards and 2 picks. It's the only NFL experience he has. And the other guy is from Stanford. Smart quarterback, apparently. Yeah, he's not he wasn't very efficient at Stanford, so Tanner McKee. So I don't see that. I mean, it's until further notice, I'm going to have to back the Ravens in preseason.
So I talked a lot about Chris Streveler, the guy from the CFL. He was a Grey Cup winner, and then he tries out for the NFL. Really lit it up last year for the Jets. We got another CFL kid, Nathan Rourke, played for the Ohio Bobcats, trying out for the Jags. He's the 4th string quarterback, so you probably expect to see some of him in the first couple games. He really lit it up for the BC Lions last year in the CFL, and he was pretty good in the MAC with the Bobcats as well. He appears to have the kind of talent, the kind of arm that would translate to NFL, but I did hear some rumors in the Canadian media that he's had a tough camp.
Okay. I would. Ricky wants to know: you think they expand the NFL playoffs again?
Better not.
Good answer.
Stop getting 500 teams in the playoffs, man. Just stop with this crap.
Yeah, it just resorts back to the participation trophy conversation. Like, just because you play doesn't mean you get to play, in the playoffs. I mean, just because your team showed up, you got to have winners, you got to have losers. It's just important to accept that L and move on as it is to.
I mean, really,
win,
in September we talk about this ridiculous NBA playoff crap. I mean, don't even schedule me for those shows, Lenny, please.
The play-in.
Seriously.
No.
The NBA, don't they have some mid-season playoff kind of crap now or something?
I don't follow the NBA that much. I'm the guy that's my least.
Yeah, no, there's a mid-season tournament. I don't know what exactly you get out of it, but they've already got odds.
Be the Chris Paul trophy. He's like what did he turn? I don't know. They were making fun of him. He ain't shit. But anyways, I hope they don't. I like the format they have now. I mean, they could go back to the old school, less is more, in my opinion. So, I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds, plug what you got, and by all means, we're going to get out of here and get ready for some football tonight. So, Jesse Shule, go first. Plug what you got.
Well, I got Texas. You don't have to buy that. The game starts soon. And I got a CFL game of the month going off at Picks and Parlays. You can get that right away. And I will say that I was 8-2 in the preseason last year at Picks and Parlays. So you want to sign up for my preseason NFL. Go ahead, Sean. Take it away.
Sean Higgs, take it away.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so NFL preseason for me last year. Not a 80% clip like our man, but not a terrible 58% clip. So look forward to NFL. Obviously, had a nice regular season last year. But, a little baseball. I got the Twinkies on the site today. I didn't have a posted. I just got a premium in the game tonight in NFL action. But going forward, we'll have baseball, NFL, college football. I got college football already locked and loaded. I just got to put a package up. So what's there to say?
Get after that. Don't forget, you over at picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off of all these guys' premium plays over there. Get yourself a package. NFL's around the corner, college football, all that stuff. Get yourself a package deal. That's where the value's at, really. So get in after that, as always. I appreciate you guys coming on every Thursday talking some trash. Sean Higgs, I'll have a beer with you next week. Good luck, everybody, unless you're against this. Take care, folks.